Application of skills learned. Proselections for drill on I and E. The moment talk is put into print, you recognize that it's not what it was when you heard it. You perceive that an immense something has disappeared from it. That is its soul. You have nothing but a dead carcass left on your hands. Color, play of feature, the varying modulations of voice, the laugh, the body warmth, grace, friendliness, and charm that had commanded into your affection, or at least your tolerance, is gone. And nothing is left but a pallid, stiff, and repulsive cadaver. Such is talk, almost invariably, as you see it lying in state in an interview. No autocrat ever touched the liberties of free people until he had stamped out the last vestige of free speech. Napoleon once said, "I fear for hostile newspapers more than 100,000 bayonets." Mussolini's first a triumphant act was to muzzle press and parliament. Stalin tonight sits as a dictator in Moscow because no voice dares be lifted against him. Proselections for drill on the voiceless and voiced. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creature with a certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Mr. Chairman and friends, the china I buy abroad is marked fragile in shipment. That which I buy at home is marked glass, this side up with care. The foreign word of caution is fact. The American note of warning is fiction with a moral motif. The common purpose of both is protection from freight factors and baggage mushers. The European appeals to knowledge. The American addresses the imagination. The one expresses the truth. The other extends it. Neither is entirely successful. The skill and care of shippers cannot always victoriously cope with the innate destructiveness of fallen human nature. There is a great deal of smash crookery in the world. Proselections for drill on S and Z. There are colorful words that are as beautiful as red roses, and there are drab words that are as unlovely as an anemic-looking woman. There are concrete words that keep people awake, and abstract words that put them to sleep. There are strong words that can punch like a prize fighter, and weak words that are as insipid as a mama's boy. There are warm, sympathetic words that grip men's heart, and coldly touch words that leave an audience unmoved. I rough out thoughts and talk as an artist models in clay. Spoken language is so plastic. You can pat and coax, and spread and shape and rub out, and fill up and stick on so easily. When you work that soft material, there is nothing like it for modeling. Out of it come the shapes, which you turn into marble or bronze in your more mortal books, if you happen to write such. Proselections for drill on sh and zh. Methinks I hear some of you say, "Must a man afford himself no leisure?" I will tell thee, my friend, what poor Richard says, "Employ thy time well. A few minutes to gain leisure, and since thou art not sure of a minute, throw not away an hour." Leisure time is for doing something useful. This leisure the diligent man will obtain, but the lazy man never. So that, as poor Richard says, a life of leisure and a life of laziness are two things. Proselection for drill on L. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God give us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and orphans, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves, and with all nations.